And the coach, Ben Rutten, has copped the brunt of the criticism. There are now reports that the Bombers president, Paul Brasher, will depart the club as early as today. Our reporter, Kath Durkin, is at Essendon's base. Joins me now. Kath, what's the latest here?
Yeah, well, the murmuring's getting louder and louder out here at the hangar today, as they usually do after a performance that Essendon turned in yesterday. 84-point losers to Port Adelaide, a team that aren't in finals contention either, and a performance that is broadly being labelled as one that was lacking effort and intent, which is really two of the worst things you can say about a footy side's performance, one that a lot of pundits are saying is summing up Essendon's season today. There is news now that there will be a board meeting later today where we do expect the club president in Paul Brasher will step down as president, so there will be a vote for the next chair. David Allen and Dave Barham, Peter Allen and Dave Barham rather, are the two directors that are looking likely to contest the leadership today. Barham in particular was really in favour of an external review earlier in the season, something that Brasher was very much vehemently against. They are at the moment in the middle of an internal review, but it seems that at the club that they're not really thinking that that's sufficient at the moment in terms of getting to the bottom of the Bombers' problems. So what that means for Ben Rutten will be very interesting, because he is quite a close ally of Brasher's. So regardless of all those machinations, there are clearly issues from the top down at the moment, something which has supporters looking for blood, which is never a position you want to be in as a senior coach of a footy side, Luke.
Yeah, Kath, really interesting as well to hear from Rutten after the game yesterday and reading his quotes. It was actually the first time I'd heard him not actually seem glass half full. It really seemed glass half empty.
Yeah, I suppose that's the thing when you're trying to carry a footy side through. You want to try and exude a little bit of optimism and try and make sure that you are keeping spirits high. But I think at the moment the writing's on the wall, particularly with their performances to date, and so much coming out of the club throughout the season, that there were issues with the players and their game plan, and whether it was too complicated or whether it just wasn't translating from coach to player. There's just been so many issues that they've had to work through that have been leaking out and been quite evident then on the footy field. So there's not too much you can say, I suppose, when your back's against the wall like it was for Ben Rutten yesterday, but it could mean more trouble for him is on the horizon. Luke, we'll have to wait and see what happens from today's board meeting.